wanted to try stand-up comedy.
I ain't got a chuckle out of you.
Chris Justice here alongside Cedric Haynes. We're live here in the Weather Centers. We're watching live Super Doppler 4 HD very close. We've had severe weather today. Multiple potential tornadoes move through our area, and the threat is not over. We want to show you live Super Doppler 4 HD. We've got some rain, some lightning across the area, but it's back toward the west that we're concerned about. We've got one line here that's entering parts of metro Atlanta. Lots of lightning, a severe thunderstorm warning just north of metro Atlanta, but it's a line that's back toward the west that's going to catch up with that one and give us the chance for some stronger storms. Out ahead of that, we can't rule out severe weather at any given time this evening. Live Super Doppler 4 HD picking up on this strong cell that's moving out of northeast Georgia, heading toward Toccoa, Clemson, and Pickens. Now, nothing rotating out of this right now, but we're keeping a close watch on it. It'll be in Toccoa at 8:11, Westminster 8:32, Clemson by 8:48, and then Central just before 9 o'clock. One of those nights we want you to have a way to receive warnings in case a tornadic situation does develop across the area here. Widespread rain back toward Asheville. Again, you got this first initial line out of ahead of Alabama and Georgia here, but it's this line that's back toward the west. It's moving through Middle Tennessee right now. Very dangerous. Some supercells out ahead of that. It's that activity that's going to push through between now and about 2, 3, 4 a.m. that's going to give us a threat for severe weather. The risk is highest back toward the west. You see the extreme risk for tornadoes back toward Huntsville and Birmingham. Then that threat goes down a bit as it goes toward the east here. Now, looking at the storm fuel, it's greatest down toward the south. We've seen it slack up just a bit. You see that severe thunderstorm warning, though, in Atlanta. What it's working off of is the extreme wind energy in the atmosphere. This is the tornado ingredients that we're going to be watching build into our area over the next couple of hours. We're going to keep you up to date on the hour, every hour, through the overnight hours to keep you up to date on this situation as it unfolds. A tornado watch has been issued for North Georgia here, Metro Atlanta northbound, not quite to our area, but I wouldn't be surprised if that changes. Let me show you the brand new computer model that times this out for us. Heavy rain and some storms moving through now through around 10, 11 o'clock. Can't rule out any of these being severe, but it's later tonight, 10 o'clock and thereafter, that we'll watch these cells back toward the west to move into our area that could present a tornado threat or a strong wind threat. As we go through 1 and 2, maybe even 3 a.m., these lines are continuing to move through the area. 4 a.m., that line pushing through the upstate here, and we'll see better weather move in for our Friday. So as we go into the evening, I do expect more tornado alerts. What would be first likely would be a tornado watch, which means you need to be prepared. Conditions are favorable for tornadoes. And then if we get into a situation and you see a warning, that means you take action. That's when you get to your safe place in your home. What I want you to do right now is have a safe place mapped out for you and your family. Have a way to receive those warnings. If you go to bed soon, make sure you have a way to wake yourself up if those warnings do come through. We'll be back at the top of the hour with another update.
We now join our regularly scheduled program already in progress.
Maya Rudolph tonight.
Hi, everyone. Chris Justice here alongside Cedric Haynes. We're keeping a close watch on live Super Doppler 4 HD, which is in alert mode. We're live here in the Weather Center watching Doppler minute by minute tonight. We had that severe weather earlier, multiple hours of warnings across the area. Certainly a stressful afternoon. We're going to walk you through this storm hour by hour tonight so that we can keep you and your family informed and safe. We're watching what's going on back toward North Georgia. Severe thunderstorm warning near the metro Atlanta area. It's that activity that's going to sweep through our area and give us the potential for some additional strong to severe storms. We've got a lot of lightning associated with this rain out there right now. You're probably hearing the rumbles or seeing the flashes outside. As from the lightning that stretches all the way back into Georgia here. So expect more of that. Very heavy rainfall here, but it's back toward the west that this line moving along the I-65 corridor, I-75 corridor, pushing off toward the east here very, very quickly, and it's going to be moving in our direction tonight. Now, so far, it's not, widespread. We've got one tornado warning in Middle Tennessee, but watching these additional cells down toward the south as this activity moves on in. But it appears the cooler wedge of rain that's kind of setting up shop across the area is helping us in the near term. We're going to watch it closely. A new tornado threat just issued from the Storm Prediction Center has the bullseye of the strongest and the worst weather off toward Nashville, Huntsville, where that storm is at right now, with a general slow weakening as it moves our way. But we're not out of the woods, and it's something something we need to watch. The storm fuel setting up back toward the south, but it builds out ahead of that line, and that's where the tornado ingredients are kind of setting up shop. Greatest back toward the west. We hope this trend will continue, and we'll keep watching it minute by minute. So active tornado watches. That's when the conditions are favorable for tornadoes, setting up back toward metro Atlanta into North Georgia. So far, we are not under any watch or warnings. As the model takes us into the overnight hours here, we're watching this closely. Here comes that line, 12:30, 1 o'clock. This was some lightning, and this would be the strong winds that would try to move into our area between 3, 4, and 5 a.m. as this line sweeps through the area. Hopefully we go through it unscathed as this time frame as it's moving through our area at a more stable time frame than it is right now out west. Now, this has a lot of wind energy with it, so it's one to watch. We're going to have another update here for you coming up at the top of the next hour and throughout the overnight hours. So we'll keep you up to date, folks. We'll see you then.
We now join our regularly scheduled program already in progress.
For once, I am off duty.
30th anniversary sale going on now.
Hi, everyone. I'm live here in the Weather Center alongside Cedric Haynes. We're watching live Super Doppler 4HD closely. A shield of rain across the area. You hear the rumbles of thunder. You see the lightning out there. That's actually protecting us right now from severe weather. But a different story back toward the west. Notice how broken the conditions are over Alabama and North Georgia. We'll be watching this closely as the severe threat is still with us into the overnight hours. Coming up at 10 o'clock, I'm going to have another update here on air. We'll see you then.
Next, she thought this
Allen, as he welcomes Christopher Maloney tonight.
Hi, everyone. I'm live here in the Weather Center with an update on the potential for storms tonight. Meteorologist Cedric Haynes here as well. We've been watching live Super Doppler 4HD closely. This shield of rain across our area with rumbles of thunder in it. We've had almost 2 inches of rain in many areas, with some areas getting closer to 6 to 7 inches of rain. What we're watching for is the break in the steady rain back toward the west. Look at the line of storms that are setting up here across Birmingham, up through Huntsville into Middle Tennessee. This is the main part of the storm that's going to be rolling our way into the overnight hours. I'm cautiously optimistic about what we're seeing here, but we're not out of the woods by any means. Certainly some strong activity here, and as this activity that's locked in across our area gets a bit more broken, that's going to lead to the chance of it giving us a better risk of severe weather. You see where it's broken back here, not as much of a shield of rain. If we get that in our area, that's when the threat would go up a little bit. And the models are showing around midnight we could see a break in the solid shield of rain, which is actually acting to protect us a little bit right now. Rumbles of thunder, lots of lightning associated with this activity across Spartanburg, very electrical in nature. Back toward North Georgia, seeing some heavy rain. Same story in western North Carolina. We've got a steady shield of rain helping us out right now, but the risks are there. The tornado threat is there tonight. It's on the lower side in the upstate up through western North Carolina from Asheville to Hendersonville, but it's also not zero. It's one we're going to be watching live Super Doppler 4HD on very, very closely here. Higher risks back through East Tennessee, and then you go up toward Middle Tennessee, back toward parts of Alabama, a high risk for significant severe weather back that way. Where we have the storm fuel, it's right out ahead of this line right here, and what this activity in Atlanta is working with are the tornado ingredients. Though there's not as much storm fuel there, there's plenty of wind energy in the atmosphere, and that stretches into Atlanta where we've got some severe weather, and up and down from Nashville to Huntsville to Birmingham. So it's that swath that we're going to watch closely as it tries to build back into our area. But notice we're somewhat protected right now by that cool shield of rain that is set up shop. An active tornado watch for North Georgia includes metro Atlanta. We are not under any watches or warnings right now. The second we are issued under one, we will let you know. Future radar and clouds, a brand new computer model times out the potential storms for us overnight. Notice by 12:30, 1 o'clock. Remember I said if we get under some broken conditions, that'll allow the threat for some storms to be just a little bit higher. So 1:30, 2 o'clock as this line pushes into our area, we'll be looking out for the potential that this could be quite strong around 3, 4, 5 o'clock as this rumbles on through the area, possibly with some strong winds and maybe even a brief isolated tornado out of this activity through 5, 6 o'clock. And then it's trying to push south of our area by 7 and 8 o'clock. And better weather moves our way hour by hour as we go throughout the day on Friday. Then we'll do it all over again on Sunday with more rain and potential for some scattered thunderstorms. We'll have another update on WYFF News 4 at 11 o'clock coming up in just about an hour. Brand new computer model will be in, and we'll let you know how this is unfolding. I'm also broadcasting live on Facebook right now. If you have a question you'd like to ask me, we're going to open the Facebook open to a chat here. I'll be able to help walk you through it. We know this is a stressful situation, especially after the warnings we had earlier today. We're going to be alongside you all night, keeping you posted. Stay tuned.
We now join our regularly scheduled program already in progress.
Patrol officers went straight away to Mackenzie.
Or buy a new Renegade for $15,510. Shop bestpricesc.com.
Hi, everyone. Chris Justice here alongside Cedric Haynes. We're watching live Super Doppler 4 HD closely here. We've got a cold shield of rain across the area with some rumbles of thunder. But back toward the west, we're starting to notice this is breaking up in the southwest mountains of North Carolina and into North Georgia, where there's a strong cell near Gainesville that Cedric just clocked had winds at 60 to 65 miles per hour. Back toward the west, we've got some more volatile air. This line that's moving through parts of Huntsville, Birmingham, these are the most dangerous of the storms that are rolling toward the north and east. This is going to move into our area during the overnight hours, and we're watching closely on live Super Doppler 4 HD to track this cooler shield of rain that's over our area, and it's starting to break down, and that will allow the potential for some storms to fire up. And look at this activity, all this lightning associated with that cell near Gainesville as it pushes into areas like Toccoa, parts of Habersham County. We'll be watching it closely as it rolls into parts of Oconee County, Clemson, Pickens, Anderson, Abbeville, on down toward Greenwood. I know it's been a stressful day with the warnings that we had earlier in Greenville and Spartanburg and Pickens. These activity that moved through Anderson and Greenwood and Lawrence, Hart County, Union County. It's been a long day across the area here, and unfortunately we're not quite done with the severe threats yet. We're going to keep you posted along the way here, though. The threat for severe weather, including tornadoes, the highest back toward the west. Atlanta Metro back toward Middle Tennessee. Here at home, that threat does go down little by little as it gets closer to our area, but it's certainly a situation we'll have to watch very closely going into the overnight hours. Now, what we have for you coming up on WYFF News 4 at 11 o'clock, a brand new computer model will come in that times out these storms for us going into the overnight hours. We'll look closer at that, and we'll also look closer at the live Super Doppler 4 HD radar picture, because that'll tell us where those breaks are setting up and the concerned areas that we'll have moving forward after midnight. We'll have another update coming up at the top of the hour. See you then.
NBC Sunday is